It's Triple H, the Central Hip Hop Hour on the beat, where we talk all things hip hop and R&B. We're back with another album review episode, except this time we're doing 2 albums.
Yep, 2 of the most critically acclaimed and successful albums of this past summer. We talked a little bit about them last week, but we're doing Let's Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clipse and Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler, the Creator. 2, I feel like, surprising albums that dropped this summer. No one was really expecting them, with Tyler just dropping in October of 24, and obviously Clipse had been absent for a while. They had split.
Long hiatus.
So, 2 surprises, but both great albums. So let's take a look at them.
Yeah, let's jump into Clipse. Like you said, this is a rap duo that was successful and kind of notorious in early 2000s. They have a very distinct style. You know, they rap about certain things that we can't talk about on the radio, but they're very good at it. They have a very braggadocious style, the kind of songs that you blast in your car, driving around the neighborhood. Notoriously, they've worked with the Neptunes. On this album, we have half the Neptunes. We have Pharrell doing the executive production for the entire project. So it's kind of like almost a return to form for them. We're almost being brought back to the old days, but there's some really different sounds on here, and just overall really, really crazy album.
Yeah, definitely. These 2, including Pharrell, they kind of put Virginia Beach on the map. They were known for that. They were kind of their own Kickstarters, pretty much. There was no one around them that had it popping until they had it popping. So it was really cool to see not only them reunite, but also Pharrell to be included in this album as the executive producer and in some features 5 times. It was awesome, and I've talked before on our show. For our diehard listeners, they know I love Pharrell's production on pretty much anything, so it was hard for me to go into this album without high expectations.
Exactly.
But I'd say that it lived up to it.
Yeah. Let's start with the artist performance, which is just kind of talking about how Pusha T and Malice, the 2 members of Clipse, how they performed rapping-wise, delivery-wise, how their melodies were working. What did you think about that in this album?
I thought they did a really good job. I feel like we've seen older artists like Lil Wayne who were popular in the early 2000s kind of age, and their performance has kind of fallen off a little bit. They just can't do it like they used to. But with this album, with Pusha and with Malice, I didn't see that with either one.
No, absolutely. They don't sound washed up. They don't sound tired. They still sound as hungry as they did back when they first started, which is really, really impressive. No Malice is in his 50s. Pusha T is getting up there, I believe. So it's really impressive to see them still in such great form, amazing flows, amazing delivery. I feel like that's what their trademark is, their delivery. They both have this scathing, menacing, almost evil delivery to them. I'd say Pusha T sounds a bit more on the evil side, whereas No Malice just overall sometimes his flow is a little bit less menacing, but they still both have incredible delivery, and you can tell they're 2 brothers. They have sometimes very similar voices. I mean, you can tell they're related.
Yeah, definitely.
But they are still distinguishable. Maybe if you're just getting into them, you've never heard anything from them before, they might blend together a little bit. But after a while, you can tell they definitely have their own unique aspects to their performances. But yeah, I mean, as far as the artist performance on this, I don't have anything to complain about. Every single song, it sounds like they put their all into it. There's not a single part where it sounds lazy or uninspired. They're just straight up bringing their A game. There's not really any slow points where they're slowing down their flow or it's really just a constant attack of just straight bars pretty much.
Yep, I agree. No, I mean, obviously some songs were a little they can't do the same flow on every song. They're talented, so they're too good for that. So there were some songs like MTB TTF, which it was like Mike Tyson
Blow to the Face. Yep.
Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. That one, I felt like they were just like having fun. Like it was just them kind of going, having fun. But obviously there were other songs where it was a whole different, like POV, for instance. That chorus was obviously nothing like anything else on the rest of the album. So, but yeah, their performance was amazing on it.
Yeah, I think it was honestly perfect. Like I don't really have any notes for that. Going into the songwriting though, which the lyrics of it all, like I mentioned, their subject matter involves drug dealing, and it involves a lot of innuendos about that, a lot of clever wordplay around that, a lot of wordplay around like crime in general, about violence, about people in the industry, and whether music industry or drugs. There's a whole lot of that and not a whole lot else. So how do you feel about that topic, how they handled it? Did it keep it interesting, or did it get stale for you?
I felt like it was still pretty good. I didn't feel like it got stale. Obviously, that's something that they talk about a lot, but I feel like it wasn't overplayed out. And we saw other subjects in this album, and Birds Don't Sing. Yeah. We saw that's emotion.
That's the standout.
With the loss of their parents and how they each kind of told that story. And I mean, you can tell it was an emotional song. When you have John Legend on a hook, like, it's for emotions.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
So I think they did a good job at kind of mixing it up, and it wasn't like every single song, like I said, sounded the same.
Yeah.
They weren't just, ideal, like, no, they were switching it up.
The thing is, like, they always find new ways to talk about it. And that's what keeps it interesting. Their wordplay is super duper clever. Like, I have a whole list of lines that I just really like. Sometimes their bars, like, plays on words, plays on dual meanings of words, and sometimes they're just like a cool way to say something, like Pusha T on So Be It, your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Like that's such an interesting way to phrase that. Like we have this line from No Malice: you ain't believe God did, you ain't Khaled, all black back to back, this ain't traffic, can't wrap your head around that, you ain't Arab. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy wordplay, like crazy dual meanings. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Like, I just like that one. There's amazing bars across this entire thing. And like you said, with Birds Don't Sing, like, I feel like that's such a standout song for them, like being so vulnerable on a record, and it's the very first one, and it just really like throws you into the album with I mean, I guess just how passionate they are about this project and about making music.
Definitely.
And while the whole album isn't like a tribute to their parents or whatever, it does kind of set the stage for how dedicated they are, how this lifestyle that they had/have currently has affected their personal lives. It's brought them a lot of money and a lot of success, but it's also, had some drawbacks. There's this really good line by No Malice on that song. He says, in reference to his dad, he says, mine made sure that he had every base covered, so imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. That's such like incredible wordplay. Like flipping the bass covered, bass in the cupboard. It's just so smooth, it's so clean. And but beyond that, like, I also really like a line on that song. This one just kind of like brings me to tears every time I hear it. He says, also in reference to his dad, he says, the way you miss mama, I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. In reference to like how his mom passed and then his dad passed, and he's kind of talking about like they wanted to be together in heaven. And I think that's just really beautiful. Yeah, it was a really beautiful song. I mean, every single thing on that is just so personal. It's not vague. It's them really just like Pusha talks about how he wasn't even going to spend Thanksgiving with his family and told his mom, and she was upset. And it was like, and that was just, it like stands out so much. It's such great storytelling on how the whole situation went down. And
And I don't know how they were able to do it. Like a live performance of that, if I was performing, I would struggle with, because
absolutely,
that's such like a hard moment to live through. I mean, your parents are a lot, like that's just impossible to. So it's just such an impressive performance by them to do that.
It really reminds me of like the stuff that like Kendrick Lamar does on albums like To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City. Like he just pulls into like the darkest moments of his life and somehow manages to speak about them very, very fluently, elegantly. And yeah, just it's a very devastating song in a lot of ways. Like you were talking with Pusha T, talking about like how he's so like wrapped up in his career that, you know, he had some regrets about not spending enough time with his mom before he lost her. Yep. And yeah, it's an amazing song. It's one of my favorites I've heard this year and I've heard in a long time. But yeah, beyond that, like the songwriting, like I was saying, like there's amazing bars on every single song. They always keep it interesting. And yeah, it's just hard music. Like, yeah, obviously I can't relate to what they're talking about, but you know, it gets me hyped up, and I love the wordplay. It's interesting to listen to, interesting to pick apart. And yeah, I mean, songwriting wise, I also don't really have anything negative to say. I mean, yellow diamonds look like pee-pee. That's do you like that line?
Yeah, you know, I've never been against one of those lines. I've always just kind of thought they were funny whenever I hear a rapper speak about, like, 21 Savage was known for, on his last album, talking about poop a lot, and I never was like, oh, that's disgusting. I was just kind of thought it was funny. So yeah, that's a fire bar to me.
I think it was done well because of his delivery, the way that it literally like starts the verse pretty much, and it's just, I don't know. I understand how it might take some people out of it, but I think it's funny. I think it's a good.
Me too.
Yeah.
One thing I'm also interested in on the lyrics is, what did Travis do to get randomly dissed on what is So Be It?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about So Be It. Yeah. So the last verse on So Be It is actually a diss on Travis Scott, and so the whole story behind that is basically while they were working on this album's been in the oven for a while. Because there's also like label drama around this, which I don't think we really need to get into. No, that's way beyond the music. But so they were working on this for a long time. In fact, they were working on it at the same time that Travis Scott was working on Utopia. So Travis Scott came in the studio. He's friends with Pharrell. Pharrell has production on Utopia, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think at some point he does. But so Travis comes in the studio while No Malice, Pusha T, Pharrell are working, and he kind of interrupts their studio session, and he's like, hey, can I play these songs for you and then videotape you for my Utopia documentary, nodding your head and acting like it's hard? Pusha T didn't like that. I don't think he likes Travis Scott's music. I don't think he likes him as a person. Pusha T's very, I mean, like he knows these celebrities on a level that we don't. He knows how they behave, and he, you know, I don't know how to phrase it. Like, he's picky about people.
Yeah, he's opinionated.
Yeah, he's very opinionated. I don't think that like he's willing to like brush things aside when you annoy him or you do something that he thinks is like not in the spirit of rap. And I think that's kind of the view that he has of Travis Scott. So yeah, that's kind of where this diss came from. And yeah, he's kind of just trashing on Travis Scott for like Kylie Jenner and just him being annoying, I guess.
Yeah,
but he worded it in an amazing way.
He did.
I honestly love that last verse.
I know, it is pretty good, but it was just so funny to me. I was like, oh. I remember when the track first came out, seeing the, like, oh, Pusha T dissed Travis Scott.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, but yeah, I mean, we've already seen Pusha diss Drake to the point of him claiming that he had a kid and having, like, releasing the kid to the public pretty much. He basically forced Drake to be a good dad, which is still, I think, the greatest diss ever.
Yeah, definitely.
That's insane. So definitely a talent he has, and I mean, I guess he just doesn't rock with Travis like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no skin in the game. I like both of their music. I think that Pusha T's in much better form right now, but obviously he wrote a much better diss than Travis. I think Travis just put a couple like little lines in one of the Jack Boys songs, and no one thought anything of it. It was just weak. But
at that point, don't respond.
Yeah, some people thought there's going to be a diss battle emerging from this, and I have no idea what Travis Scott would do in a diss battle.
Travis,
especially against Pusha T, it would just be dumb.
If people think Drake is a bad diss artist, which I thought he did okay against Kendrick,
yeah,
Travis would be terrible as a diss artist.
If you need any proof, just listen to Champagne and Vacay.
Yeah,
listen to the lines that I think he said, like, I made 100 off Pushin' T's. What is that? He's talking about like how he sells a lot of T-shirts.
Okay.
It's just
all right.
It's not. It's weak. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
weak.
I feel like Pusha T, Kendrick was great, but I feel like Pusha T has more anger in his eyes than Kendrick does.
He's an actual like super villain.
Yeah.
Like you listen to that verse on "So Be It," it's evil. Like it's evil. He's like, I have a video of you crying when Kylie Jenner broke up with you.
Yeah, bro.
Like I'll release it. Like if you mess with me, and it's just
TMZ,
like yeah. So yeah, I honestly, even though Travis put out a couple like stray like lines, I don't think Pusha T cares that much.
No.
Like he's not gonna engage with Travis. He clearly has no respect for him.
No.
And so he threw in these lines, and it stirred up a lot of conversation around the album, I think. So I mean, you can respect it for that, getting some promo.
Yeah.
I just think it's well done, and yeah, he'll go for anyone if you tick him off. Like
definitely,
we got to be respectful on this show, honestly, because if we say the wrong thing, he might come for us.
Yep, Triple H, Mount Pleasant, he's gonna diss our show.
Yeah, if he's ever coming through this area, he turns on our station, hears us talking some crap.
To Pusha T, we love you. This album's perfect.
You're an amazing rapper.
Yeah,
you've never made a bad song.
Never, ever, ever. You've never even had a bad lyric.
Nope.
So don't take it out on us, please.
Yeah. So yeah, really great songwriting. I don't really have any complaints there.
No.
Yeah, onto the features. We have a pretty stacked feature list.
Very stacked.
Last episode, I was like, this is like a hip hop fan's like dream, pretty much feature list. We have John Legend on the first song, and we have Kendrick Lamar, which I kind of wish this was a surprise. It was kind of like leaked by Clipse beforehand to build hype, which, is its own strategy.
Yeah, it
but
makes sense.
If this had been a surprise, it would have just gone nuts. But we have Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Pharrell 5 times. He's on 5 different songs. We have Stove God Cooks, Ab Liva, and Nas.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a stacked feature list. This was incredible, just like every one of them did very well.
Standouts, I think, are definitely Kendrick and Tyler.
Yeah, I would say so. I was kind of disappointed by the Nas feature. I think he went crazy, but my only complaint with that was just like the beat switches and it's just him and nothing else. And it's
a lack of chemistry, I think.
Exactly. It's like, all right, here's my verse on this beat. And they're like, oh, well, we don't want to use this beat anymore, but we still want the Nas feature, so we'll keep that beat and just throw in a beat switch. Like it didn't. I wasn't a fan of that, but obviously he went crazy. He's Nas. It was the chemistry that was off. I like the John Legend chorus. Like I said,
he did a great job.
It was emotional. It was really good for the song. Pharrell, fantastic in everything he did, pretty much. I really liked in the last few songs. Let me check which ones. It was By the Grace of God and So Far Ahead, when it kind of has that like, almost like that church hymn type of thing happening during the chorus, and Pharrell singing over it. I loved that. But yeah, Kendrick and Tyler both just were incredible on their features. I love seeing Tyler able to just kind of get his just flow. I mean, you see a lot in his music. I feel like his fans aren't really used to that. They're used to more of his artistry and all the production he brings to a song, and not as much as I think
he's underrated as a rapper.
Exactly.
Honestly.
So it was super cool just seeing him really rap on this, especially with Don't Tap the Glass, which wasn't really that at all. It was more of that production bounce. So Yeah, I thought they were fantastic.
Tyler brought a ton of energy. I think he said in an interview like he combed over this verse, like rewrote it like 90 times or something. Like he was just sending it, like coming up with new versions, because he's a huge Clipse fan. Like at the concert that we went to over the summer, like he was shouting out Clipse before we knew he was on this album. It was like a little bit of foreshadowing. But yeah, like he really, really likes Clipse. And, you know, if I were a huge fan of an artist and they asked me for a feature, I would be like going over it a million times. Like, I'm going to get this perfect. And yeah, I think he brought like tons and tons of energy. I like some of his lyrics on here. Like, I think he did a great job. He fit the song perfectly. Kendrick also did an amazing job. I think he made this around like the time he was working on GNX. And yeah, I think he fit the song perfectly. Like he has a really, really cool rhyme scheme. Really, really good bar work. I really like how he starts the verse and ends it. Like it kind of ramps up in energy over the course of it. And yeah, he did a great job. As far as Pharrell, I think his features on this are kind of hit or miss, because he's doing like this falsetto singing that I don't think he's really is in his range, if I'm being honest. It sounds kind of strained, and you can tell there's some auto-tune on it, which obviously I don't have anything against auto-tune, but it does kind of have to be used right. And when you have like this beautiful like choir singing in the background, and then you have Pharrell like kind of really reaching with his voice and auto-tune on it, I don't know, it just sometimes doesn't hit for me. Like So Far Ahead, I'm really not a fan of him on that song. I do like him on Chains and Whips. He's not even credited as a feature, but that is him doing a little bit of a performance there. I like him on All Things Considered, which The Dream is also on. I forgot to list The Dream. But yeah, I thought his features were a little hit or miss, but nothing that was like terrible for me. They are, in my opinion, kind of one of the worst parts of the album, but that's, yeah.
All right, but production, also Pharrell.
Yeah.
Fantastic,
amazing,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really liked, something that stood out to me was the beats on some of the songs. I forgot which ones. Ace trumpets, the like choir part during So Far Ahead, where it was almost more of like a rage beat. Like it reminded me of like what you see a lot of other rappers like Cardi and stuff kind of perform on. So to see Clipse on those, I was like, huh. And on Ace trumpets, I thought they did okay. On So Far Ahead, though, I thought they were so good on it. So I was really like surprised but happy to see like them adjusting to the times. It wasn't just those kind of old 2000s beats the whole time. It was switching it up.
Yeah, Pharrell's like production has evolved a lot. Like he makes all different kinds of things. It's not just the OG like Clipse sound that he's been making for the past like 20 so years. Like he has a ton of versatility. And yeah, it's shown on this album. Like you get all different kinds of beats here, but somehow they still like fit together. They have a Pharrell sound, like you can kind of tell that he made them. I think the most impressive one is So Be It to me. That's like such an incredible beat, like the sample chop and everything. It's just so like menacing and so perfect for Clipse to rap over. Like I truly think that's like a perfect song. Like that's like the stars aligning just perfectly for one track. But yeah, other songs I really like the production on. Chains and Whips, it reminds me a lot of No Church in the Wild off of Watch the Throne, like the bass on there and just how it sort of builds up. Love that. Like the second that came on, like I was just like wincing in the gym. I was like, man, that's such a crazy beat. And yeah, I really like the All Things Considered beat. That feels a very Pharrell beat to me. Like the do 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 do, like that's and the drums, just it sounds very Pharrell, but they sounded great on it. Really, really like Mike Tyson Blow to the Face, and that one like is so interesting because the production like for parts of their verses just isn't even there. Like there's no beat, and somehow it makes it so much harder. Like when it finally kicks in, it's just so. And that one sounds kind of like a vintage like Clipse beat, which is really cool that some of that is still on there. Really like the beat on FICO.
Yeah, me too.
That one's super hard.
I love the chimes that happen in the background.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of that type of thing, so it was. I really liked that one.
Yeah. Some people don't like the beat on EBITDA. I don't know what that stands for.
Oh, that was what I meant. EBITA.
That's the one with the trumpet, right?
I think the one with the trumpet's Inglorious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Did you like that one? Because I know some people don't like it's kind of like an unconventional like trumpet sound. I liked it a lot.
I liked it.
I thought it was awesome.
It says, my notes say I really like the horn and the beat and what they did with it.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's really hard for Pharrell to mess up. He's been in the game so long. He knows what he's doing, and especially with someone like Clipse, who he's been working with since day one. By now, he's a professional. I mean, obviously, that's his thing. He's not going to mess that up. So I thought he did a fantastic job.
Absolutely, yeah. Production's really, really good. But yeah, on to kind of like our skips and keeps from this album. Do you have any songs that you might skip on a listen through this album? Or anything you think might be like a miss, I guess?
I wasn't a huge fan of Ace Trumpets.
Okay.
I don't know why. I like how they went with the beat, but I didn't think they fit that well on it. All Things Considered, I wasn't a huge fan of. I liked the ending, but the bulk of the song I wasn't huge on. And I think that's really it. Those two.
So yeah, Ace Trumpets was the first single they released, and I honestly wasn't huge on it at first, but it has grown on me a lot. It gets stuck in my head all the time. But I don't think it's a perfect song. I think the way that the chorus is kind of like very separate from the beat can make it a little bit feel like stop and go almost. Like everything halts for the chorus, which can be a good thing, but I don't know. It's just, I think maybe it could have been done better. And yeah, I think the beat is cool, but it's not my favorite production for them to be on. It's cool to hear the variety, but I'm always going to prefer something like So Be It, like Chains and Whips, like POV for them than something like Ace Trumpets or So Far Ahead. So, yeah. As far as actually like skipping anything on this album, I don't think I'm skipping anything. There are songs that like I prefer more than others, but honestly, like a full listen through, I'm going through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a 41-minute album. Like it doesn't get repetitive, it doesn't get stale at any point, in my opinion. But favorite songs, I'd say like Birds Don't Sing, Chains and Whips, POV, So Be It, Mike Tyson Blow the Face, FICO, Inglorious Bastards. It's probably my favorites.
Yeah, mine's Birds Don't Sing, and they don't sting either.
They don't sting either.
POV, definitely. Chains and Whips, I really liked. EBITA, and So Far Ahead. And then I also really liked By the Grace of God, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing I also forgot to shout out for kind of the songwriting portion is Pusha T's ability to write hooks. Like, they're so simple, but they're always, like, so catchy. I think he's so underrated in his ability to do that. Like, Mike Tyson Blow the Face, great hook. So Be It, great hook. And he's literally just saying So Be It. And it's so hard. I don't know why.
I know. Right now I have POV stuck in my head.
Yeah. That one's super catchy. Chains and Whips, super catchy. I think the Ace Trumpets one, even though it does feel a bit disjointed, like it's a well-written chorus. Really like the one on FICO. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think he could have done every hook on this album besides like, I think that the John Legend chorus was a really great addition.
Yeah,
but
you can't. The emotion. Obviously, Pusha had emotion, but you needed that whole singing emotion.
It has a very like anthemic, like massive vibe, and just having like a great singer like John Legend on there just took it up to another level.
Definitely,
it's a beautiful song. Yeah, but yeah, overall thoughts on the album, I love it, honestly. Like, ever since it came out, it's just grown on me more and more. It's one of my favorites of the year, one of my favorites of this decade, probably. And yeah, I don't have many complaints for it. I think, like I said, the Pharrell features, some of them don't really hit for me. I think that there are songs that are like, there's a solid handful of songs on here that I think are like 10 out of 10 songs, which is crazy for that many to be on an album.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some that aren't up to that level, and that's fine. Like 10 out of 10 albums are rare. I don't think this is one, but I do think it's really up there for me. But how about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I think this is one of, if not the best album of the year. I think that he, like Clipse as a group, both went crazy. Malice and Pusha T. Pharrell on the production. It's hard for that to be bad. Like, they would have had to tried for it to be not at least 9 out of 10, and I think that's about what it is. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. Maybe I'd go like 8 out of 10, just because I'm not that big of like a Pusha or Malice fan. But I still really enjoyed, even when it first dropped, I listened and I was like, hey, this is good, but I didn't come back to it much. And then when I re-listened to it to do this, I was like, oh, wow, this all sounds completely like it was just so good. So, probably an 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking like in high 8, 8.5, or like a 9 out of 10 for this one. Really, really great album. But yeah, moving on to our second album of the day, our double feature, we have Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler, the Creator.
Don't tap that glass. Don't tap that glass. Yeah. That was I liked the name of it. Just to start off, I thought it was just kind of fun, like to think about, like, oh yeah, don't touch your phone while you're listening to it. You got to stay locked in. No pausing it, no nothing. You have to listen.
So it's also like the they have it on like at museums and stuff, and at the zoo they have like don't tap the glass, so you don't disturb the animal inside. And you know, there's different ways you can interpret that, right?
Yeah.
Like I know that at some of Tyler's shows, like he had this figurine kind of guy, this weird kind of version of himself that he has photoshopped on the cover. He had like a big figurine of that, and then he had it in a glass box. And so I don't know, is he like kind of suggesting that he's like the one in the box, and he's like, don't interrupt me while I'm up here on stage, let me do my thing, feel it. And I think that's kind of a sensible interpretation of it, because he also like on like stuff like Paranoid and on some songs on this album, like he's talking about how kind of put off he is by having fans, like how obsessive they can be at times, how invasive they can be. Yeah. And I think that might be part of the meaning as well. But yeah. Yeah.
So many different meanings. That's just the title of the album.
As far as like the actual like album itself, does it have a lot of that depth? Not really.
No.
But it's a fun like dance like summer album. Yeah. He wasn't going for like a chromacopia or like an Igor like crazy deep messaging on this. Like he was trying to get people moving. He literally says it in the first like few seconds of the album.
Yeah, there wasn't that huge long wait for it and singles. Like it was just don't tap that glass Monday. And then it was like everyone was like,
I thought it was fake. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, it was like, what are you talking about? Is this a fashion line? Like, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden, like the day before, he's like, oh, my album. And it was just like, okay, all right, I guess we're getting a Tyler album. But I mean, you saw with like Chromacopia, he drops Saint Chroma, Paranoid all before, and has that whole like music video trailer. So it wasn't meant to be a deep like that. It wasn't meant to be a big deal like that. It was just supposed to be that fun summer album, and I think it did pretty much just that. Yeah,
there's merit to both approaches to making an album. Sometimes you're into that really conceptual idea, and sometimes you just want something to play in your car and dance to, and that's what he made this time. So yeah, about the artist performance, what did you think about him on this album?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job, both with his artistry and, I mean, he's obviously the producer of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with his production on it. I mean, we saw a song like, which one? It was I'll Take Care of You, which he barely, I think he sung a little bit on it, but it was
mainly not on it much.
Yeah, like he's barely on it, and I thought it was one of the best songs off the album. I thought he was insane on it, or like it was just incredible listening experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have a variety of performances here. You have some like singing songs like Ring Ring Ring. You have the chorus on Sucka Free, and you also have him kind of going crazy with the rapping and the flows, which it's a nice variety to get. Near the back half of the album, it kind of slows down, but you know, Big Poe, crazy rapping performance on that. Sugar on My Tongue kind of has a little bit of it, I think. Sucka Free has some good rapping on it. Mom and Em is like a very track focused on that. Stop Playing With Me, good rapping. Don't Tap That Glass, he's kind of going crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I think, like I was saying, I think he's underrated as a rapper. Like, he has such, like, presence on the microphone. Like, every single song, like, he's just commanding your attention. And I only think he's getting better, honestly. Like, you can tell, like, he's taking a little bit from, like, that West Coast sound. Like, I don't know if anyone's heard it, but after GNX came out last year, he kind of did a freestyle over the Hey Now beat, right? Yeah. And you can tell, like, he's enjoying, like, that West Coast, like, aggressive type flow, and he kind of brought some of that to this album, which is really cool to see. And yeah, you can tell, like, Kendrick's one of his biggest inspirations, and this is kind of like his quote-unquote GNX. Yeah,
I agree. I wasn't a huge fan of Mom and Em and Stop Playing With Me, just because I felt like he kept doing, like, the weird chants on them, if that makes sense. Like, like the Mom and Em was like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
get clipped today.
Yeah, like a playground, like, kid, like, mocking you type thing.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't really want to listen to this, if I'm being honest.
That, yeah.
I think it would be a much better song if that wasn't included. And then there was just something similar on Stop Playing With Me that I just wasn't a fan of. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't Tap the Glass, I also just wasn't a huge fan of it. Ever since the Kendrick, the boom bop beam boom boom bop bow, I just can't stand that type of thing, because that's just, I don't know, it's kind of corny to me. Obviously enough. I know that boom bop jazz type of thing was part of, like, jazz or part of rap and all that stuff, but I just would rather not hear someone do that while I'm listening to a song, and he kind of does that a little bit on Don't Tap That Glass. So, you know, but overall, I still thought he did fantastic.
Yeah, I think he did a really good job. I don't think he did much, like, I don't think he pushed the boundaries of anything. I think he just, like, he's a good rapper, and so he rapped on a project and it was good. But as far as, like, his singing performances, I think he still did a pretty good job there. Obviously, he's not, like, a fantastic singer, but he does a good job with it. So yeah, I think he did a good job. He did a solid job.
Yeah.
As far as the writing, I don't think there's much to talk about.
Yeah, it's not like standout crazy. Yeah, it's just, like, kind of fun. You know?
He talks a lot of raunchy stuff. You know, lyrics we can't read.
Yeah. Don't watch the music videos for a couple of them too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was Sucka Free. Don't, if you're young, don't watch the music videos. If you're old,
he's into some freaky stuff.
Yeah, but don't do it.
That's fine. That's
don't
for
tap
him.
That glass.
Yeah. But, you know, as far as, like, that stuff, does it, like, take you out of it, or are you like, you bopping your head?
No, I bop my head. I mean, that's a lot more relatable than what Clipse talks about for me, I guess. So
yeah.
I can't be like, oh, I don't understand. You know, I don't understand Clipse either, and I'm still listening to that. So, I mean, obviously it's not to the level of what Let God Sort 'Em Out was, but it's fun.
I don't even think it's, like, at the level of his previous albums either.
Not even close.
Like, he's not trying to be lyrical at all here.
Nope.
Like, but even in that regard, you know, you're taking the fun route. I think that he did a good job. Like, it fits everything. I don't think that there's a lot that's, like, memorable per se in terms of his writing, which can be seen as a downside. I do think that the hooks on this are good. Like, he did a good job writing hooks. I really, really like the one on Sucka Free. Super catchy.
Guy.
Yeah, that one. It gets stuck in my head all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun to sing too, and I really like his delivery on it. I don't know why. Like, he's singing in kind of a weird way, but it works for me. But yeah.
I agree. It kind of scratches the brain.
Yeah. But Yeah, nothing crazy. I did write down one line on it was on Don't Tap the Glass, the title track. He said, Michael Jordan eyes, neck yellow, look like Bing Bao. I just thought it was kind of funny.
It's random. Yeah.
But as far as like, he's definitely not writing crazy like lines like he used to like catch your attention and make you laugh. But I still think he did a good job.
And I mean, I think that's part of the album is it's not that thought out. It's not supposed to be this big, deep. It's just supposed to be fun. So he doesn't need to go and have crazy bars and make you really think. It's not supposed to be for thinking. It's supposed to be for dancing. So yeah, I think for the lyrics, for what the album's purpose was, it's good.
Yeah, definitely good. Yeah, onto the features. There's only a few of them here. We had Pharrell on Big Poe. Madison McFerrin, who I'd never heard of before, and she was on. Was that? God, track list. Don't You Worry, Baby.
Yeah, Don't You Worry, Baby. Yeah. I don't know. I started to say don't, and then it just slipped.
Yeah. And then Yebba on I'll Take Care of You. So yeah, Pharrell, I think he did a good job.
He did a good job.
He's rapping on this rather than the singing that he was doing on Let God Sort Him Out. And I like him better in this lane. I honestly didn't know it was him at first because he's doing kind of a weird delivery. But I liked it. Like, I think he fit the track really well.
I agree. I do think he was the worst feature on the album, but he was still really good. It's just, to me, Madison and Yebba had two of the best features of the year. So, Pharrell, good job. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I agree. Fit the vibe perfectly. But Madison McFerrin on Don't You Worry, Baby. Beautiful.
I had no idea who she was before this. Yeah. I think I saw her post something like screenshotting of Tyler being like, "Hey, I need you for an album," or "I need you for a song." She was incredible. It was impressive because she has that that high, beautiful voice while the beat's kind of doing it's doing that whole dancey thing, and she's keeping up with it. It's like she should be on a slow, beautiful song, but she's keeping up with this high dancing beat, and it fits great. Yeah. I really love
cross-genre features like that where it just blends together and somehow works so well. And that and I'll Take Care of You with Yebba, they really remind me of stuff on Flower Boy. Just a similar vibe, very floaty, very summery, and it's awesome. They both did an amazing job.
Yeah, Yebba to me was even better. I think Yebba's one of the most incredible vocalists, especially in a lot of these hip hop.
She has such a cool
type
voice.
Of things. I mean, if you look at Yebba's Heartbreak, Certified Lover Boy, it's beautiful. Her feature at the end of Die Trying, beautiful. I just love her voice. I think she's a fantastic vocalist, and I just thought she was so beautiful on this track. I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. No complaints on the features really.
No,
they all did a great job.
They both did fantastic.
Yeah, onto the production. I think the production on this is so cool. I love it. I
agree. I want to especially point out in Don't You Worry, Baby and I'll Take Care of You. I loved the samples he brought in. I wish I knew the exact songs, but they both have that kind of 2000s rap type of vibe going on in the back, and it's I'll never be the one that's gonna throw them things while Yebba's just singing beautifully over the top of it.
It's a great mashup.
It is. You would have never thought to do something. That's why Tyler does what he does. But it was just fantastic.
Yeah. I love the sound that he went for on this. It's a old school dance hip hop sound. Which you haven't heard a lot of that from him before. And as far as the production on here, I wouldn't call it experimental, but I think it's amazing. He executed it perfectly. These beats are so cool. Big Poe's an amazing beat. Sugar on My Tongue is such an amazing bouncy fun beat. The drums on this are amazing. I think he primarily used a drum machine for these, and so they're super snappy and clean. But also I think Tyler's known for like super like polished production, and this like you kind of get some like distortion on the 808s, which is super cool. Like you don't really hear like that maybe a bit rougher sound from him. And even though there is distortion, which can be seen as an objectively bad thing, I think it's used really well here to like make those kicks and 808s like hit really hard. And yeah, like every beat on here is super cool. I mean, the only one that's like kind of weird is like Mom and M. Like
that's why I don't know.
It's like an interlude, I guess, and it's just a build up with no payoff pretty much. The payoff is kind of stopped playing with me, but it's not really the payoff that I was expecting. But I really like that like bah, 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 that's coming in that song. I was just expecting it to drop into this crazy beat, which like Tyler's really good at, but I guess he didn't want
Wasn't
to.
Feeling it, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like Ring Ring Ring, just a beautiful, beautiful instrumental.
I know.
Like,
one of my favorite parts about Ring 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 is literally the phone ringing.
Yeah.
And during the beat, like it's just so it's so
fun.
perfect.
Like,
It just fits so well. And I loved in Sucka Free. It reminds me of like that anxiety when you're about to play like a video game boss. And you're like, you've been working so hard, and you finally get there, and that's what's in the background. That dun 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 dun, and like that's it. Literally just gives you that. I think that's
Sugar on My Tongue.
Or Sugar on My Tongue. I meant. And it literally feels like an adrenaline rush, is what it feels like. Like it feels like, okay, like this is what I'm doing. So I really enjoyed it.
He's so incredible at like writing like instrumentals, like writing little melodies to play in the background. Like they're always so unique and so engaging. He's a great rapper, but man, he's an incredible producer.
Yes, he is.
Like no notes, honestly.
None.
Like it's so good.
Yep. And I just want to point out the samples for I'll Take Care of You. It was Nuck If You Buck by Crime Mob was the song in the background, and then for Don't You Worry Baby, it's Let Me Ride by 12 Gauge. So,
nice.
I mean, both like that older rap type of thing, and just Tyler's just so creative.
Yeah, that's why he's named that. Yeah, Tyler the Creator.
The creator. Good point.
The creative guy.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. But yeah, great production. Honestly,
Let Me Rock.
Amazing to perfect. I don't really know.
Yeah, in terms of production, I think it's better than Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think the rapping performance was way better on Let God Sort 'Em Out, but in terms of the production only, I feel like this album was only watch me produce. Look at how I don't even look at this. I don't even need to sing. I don't even need to rap. I can just produce. Look at that. Yeah.
And with songs that are meant to be like dance to, you really need that great production, and he brought it. Like it's incredible. Yeah,
definitely.
But as far as like skips on this album, is there anything that you're skipping?
Yeah, I'm skipping Mom and M. I'm skipping Stop Playing With Me, and Don't Tamp That Glass / Tweaking. I'll listen to it sometimes, but sometimes I'll skip it. Like it's like okay, but Mom and M was definitely my least favorite on the album.
Yeah, I think Mom and M I'd probably skip. Honestly, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I'm not huge on Tell Me What It Is. I think that might be like the weakest example of his like singing. It sounds very, very rough.
Yep, I agree.
Like he's hitting some high notes, and in his career, like Tyler has experimented with singing because he doesn't have like a conventional like singing voice, but he makes it work, in my opinion. Like it might not be technically good, but I think it sounds good. Here, not so much. I think he's like trying to hit some high notes that he can't really hit, and it sounds very rough and dry, and I'm just not huge on that song. But I don't know if I'd skip it. It's right at the end of the album. I might just let it ride out, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But there is some good writing on that song. Like he's kind of talking about like fame, trying to find love, which is more than what's going on in the rest of the album, so you can appreciate it for that.
Yeah, I just said I think it's a pretty good outro for the album, but I just wouldn't put it in my playlist. It's just like okay. If I'm listening to the whole album through, I'll be like, okay, it's done.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally a 30-minute album, so I'm really not like, even Mom and M I might not even skip because it's probably like a minute, 2 minutes or something, so it's really not like but it's still not my favorite song. But
yeah.
Favorites on this though, Big Poe, Sugar on My Tongue, Sucker Free, Ring Ring Ring, Don't You Worry Baby, and I'll Take Care of You.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is for me.
Yeah.
I think I'd say my top 3 is probably Sucker Free, I'll Take Care of You, and Don't You Worry Baby. Big Poe and Sugar on My Tongue I'll listen to, but like I don't like I'll listen to them pretty consistently, but not to the level as the other 3.
Yeah.
But I think the highs on this album are very high,
yeah.
but it's just like short, and I would say if I had to rate it, I'd do probably like a 6.5, 6,
Okay.
7.
6 or 7.
6,
okay.
7, yeah.
I'd probably do a 7.5 on a normal day. 8 out of 10 if I'm really feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
On the 8 out of 10 days, the Clipse is a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you get it.
Yeah.
You just go back and forth on it.
Sometimes you're in that mood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a really solid album. I don't think it's anything mind-blowing, but amazingly fun songs on here that really like brought me into that summer vibe after that kind of music drought that we had for a while. So I'm really grateful for it for that. I think I'm going to be going back to these songs for the rest of the year, next summer. Like, I think they do have longevity to them, despite it being an album that he kind of just made to get him through the touring process and to just have fun. Like, I still think that there's incredible like value to this track list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think that both of these albums were highlights of the summer for sure.
Yeah.
And they both, even though they were very different vibes, I feel like they both fit that summer album type of category.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely will get some listens, especially during the summertime next year.
Yeah.
Both great job to especially you, Pusha, if you're listening to this. It was fantastic.
Shout out, man.
No problems.
We'd love to interview you if you're ever in the area.
Yeah. We won't record you bopping your head to our radio show.
I make plenty of beats. I won't play any of them for you. I'll respect you as an artist. I know you like to work with Pharrell.
Yeah.
I won't try to take his place, but if you're interested, I'll play you something. But I'm not gonna force you.
I can freestyle over that too.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
I can freestyle.
You have a
bit.
rapper name?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's in the process.
You could ask Pusha himself to give you one.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, any songs that you've been listening to? Any shout outs you want to give to some art right now that you've been listening to?
Let's see here. I've been enjoying Fornem by Chief Keef in the gym. That kind of goes crazy. Kind of dips off a little bit near the end of the album, but that first track run has been kind of carrying a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been enjoying that. Let's see here. I don't know. Every time school starts, I kind of get off of like listening to albums frequently, just because I'm busy and I like to devote attention to an album. I've also been enjoying God Don't Like Ugly, or God Does Like Ugly by Jid. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
In the meaning of the album. I don't want to get that wrong, but yeah. Really, really good album.
Yeah. Any just specific songs you've been feeling?
Skate, I think, is a banger. That song is gonna, I think that's gonna stand the test of time and at some point become a hit like Surround Sound did, because it doesn't sound like a 2025 song in the best way. Like, it sounds like something that would have come out in like the mid 2000s or early 2010s. Like, the hook on that is just so good, so catchy. I would definitely recommend that one. Even if you're not a Jid fan, it doesn't really sound like any other Jid song. So, yeah.
All right. For me, I want to give a quick shout out to Don Toliver. I forgot to mention it last Friday. He dropped a song, Tiramisu.
I haven't heard that yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've also been listening to some older Chance. So Prom Night, Chance the Rapper, has been on my rotation heavily recently. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who dropped music when I was in middle school, when we were in middle school, about 2017, 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, me and my roommates just sat around, threw on some like Juice WRLD, some Lil Skies, some Lil Yachty, just those old guys who didn't live the test of time. They couldn't change their game at all. Lil Mosey too was another one where they just couldn't develop with the time. But man, back in the day they were
carried.
hard. They did. It was. We like looked back and we're like, dang, these kids are listening to like not like us, but man, we had this.
Yeah, we had Juice WRLD.
Exactly. So
no, but on a real note though, like the rapper, like as far as like rappers coming up right now, it's looking rough.
It is.
Like there's not like a lot of like up and comers that I feel promising.
No,
like
I mean
like young people.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we have like Che, Osama-san,
but it's
other one. But I've just.
Are they good rappers?
I don't
though?
know. Maybe we're just old.
I think we are, but also like, I don't know. Like, we have like,
I don't know.
There are relatively young rappers who are like still fairly like fresh in the game that I think are still very like, even if you're an old head, you can agree that they're good rappers, you know. But like Che, like this whole like underground like rage song or rage sound that's going on, I think the sound is cool, but as like rappers, like they're not like rapping, you know, like they never have like a flow. They don't really get into like a pocket with flows or melodies, lyrics. You know, the lyrics are not good.
Yeah,
and it's just like, I don't know.
And
like,
I think the biggest difference is those melodies. I mean, even like Lil Pump back in the day, he obviously his lyrics were terrible.
Yeah,
but man, he could make a catchy song.
Yeah,
I feel like these rappers, and
they're all like worshiping like Playboy Carti, like trying to be like him. But you listen to something like Whole Lotta Red, and like those songs, like he has flows, like he's clearly has intention with what he's doing. I don't know. I feel like an old head when I talk about it. Like I don't know.
I know one of the artists that is, I don't know if you heard of it, his name's Nine Vicious.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he'll like, I'll hear a snippet on TikTok or something. It's the most beautiful beat I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And then he's just like people think Cardi whimpers on a beat. Wait till you hear this. Like,
yeah.
It's again, maybe we're just old now and can't get with the young.
Maybe we just don't get it.
Can't get with the youngins, but I don't know. They can.
I'll listen to my clips and I'll be happy. You guys can have the other stuff.
Exactly.
I think there's definitely a split there, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with enjoying that. I wish I could. I just can't.
Yeah. I know a lot of the youngins love Ken Carson.
They do.
That's like I've seen.
They love Ken Carson.
They
love Destroy Lonely.
They love.
I just don't get it.
Type of thing.
Yeah,
but
I don't get it.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, some new people come up. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. But also shout out. I haven't really lately, but over the summer I listened to a lot of Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
Not so much Alfredo too. I wasn't huge on that, but anything he makes with Madlib, incredible. I think Madlib is so much better of a producer than The Alchemist. And people talk about them like they're the same.
Wow.
I think that Madlib, I don't know, I just like that experimental stuff, man. I think Madlib is like, he's incredible. Like he's on a different plane as like The Alchemist. And I'm not saying that to diss The Alchemist. Like he's a great, amazing producer, but Madlib's like, listen to Mad Villainy. Alchemist can't make that. He can't.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
That's a hot take. I don't know. But
all right. If you have a problem with that, message us on Instagram.
Yeah, let us know.
WMHW Radio. Text them and say, Gabe, what are you doing? Maybe send him Pusha T and be like, have Pusha T drop a diss on him. Something like that.
But Pusha T would probably agree with me.
You think so?
I don't know. Let me know, Pusha T. I know you're listening, man.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Okay. All right. And Drake, hi, too.
What's up, Drake?
We'll have you both on an interview. Freestyle off on Triple H between Drake and Pusha T.
Last time Drake tried to freestyle, it didn't go so well. You seen that clip on that one radio show? He's like on his phone the whole time trying to come up with bars.
No, I haven't.
It's a great video.
I'll have to
watch it. I don't know. Maybe he's more prepared this time.
Maybe he'll be more locked.
You'll have to show your stuff. They're saying you can't freestyle, Drake. You're gonna have to come in and prove yourself.
Exactly. All right. This was Triple H. I'm Nate Havrilla.
And I'm Gabe Schall. We'll see you next week.